Chapter 13. Grade 10 is not easy. In 10th grade, I went to school in the afternoon so I could get up late in the morning. Uncle Stephen was about to go far away, so I used to ask him for pocket money. That way I could save more money. My Aunt Ava's husband brought her to ask my uncle for 2 million Vietnamese dongs, so I will ask too. Now I am in 10th grade. My class schedule starts in the afternoon, after 1 o'clock. Before going to school, I don't sleep, so when I get to class, I feel sleepy. The boys sitting next to me saw me dozing off and hit me on the head with their books, and this happened continuously for 2 weeks. Reading this, you will feel upset because I didn't fight back. I didn't know how to defend myself. I have to admit that I was a weak and cowardly person, always being bullied, but not knowing how to defend myself. In class, I am always teased and bullied by my friends because of my appearance. For Vietnamese people, everyone thinks that the standard of beauty is double eyelids, white skin, and being tall. I only have single eyelids, am not tall, only 1.53 meters, dark skin. My classmates always considered me the ugliest in the class, always looked down on me, and bullied me. Usually, my classmates will call you by your name combined with your father's or mother's name. For example, my name is Selena, my father's name is Albert, so everyone will call me Selena Albert. I don't have any friends to play with, so I often run to class 10A3 to play with Lana and Sarah. Today is September 18, 2010, and I went to sleep over at my paternal grandmother's house. But I saw my cousin there, so I went back home. When I was 15, my chest got bigger, even though it was not so big. At night, when I go out, I feel very scared to ride my bike alone because I don't know exactly what the boys on the street look like. They are very scared and often take the opportunity to harass to touch other girls' breasts. The last time they teased me, they pulled my hat and made me very angry. Our English teacher teaches better than my English teacher in secondary school. So I like her. I am a student who is not so excellent in any subject. Actually, I am good at literature, history, and geography. I like English. My classmate, who sits beside me, called Talia, told me that I was not good at any subject except English, and I just listened and did not speak. At that time, I should have told her that I am better at one subject than her and that she is not good at any subject. (2010) October 15th, Friday. I have been through a terrible thing in my life these past few days, and now I feel very confused and don't understand what is happening anymore. Maybe I am going crazy. When I grow up, I will get married at 25 or so. I will earn a lot of money. I want to marry a rich man so I don't have to suffer. When I have a lot of money, I will give it to my younger brother so he can get married. I will give some to my younger sister when she gets married. I will take care of my parents so they can live happily. I want to study abroad in Korea, but I think it is not possible. I want to marry someone who lives far away from home, not near my house. When will I graduate from high school? I don't want to study for too long. Grade 10 is fun, but sometimes it is very boring. I don't like it. I just hope that my childhood memories are just yesterday's dream. I know I'm not bad at literature, but the high school curriculum is very different from secondary school. I know how to write an essay without thinking that I got 2 points. That was a big shock to me. In 10th grade, I study in the afternoon. In the morning, I go to the field to help my mother a little, and around 10 o'clock, my mother lets me go home to cook lunch. But because I am slow and don't know how to organize my work, I was late for school. When I was late for school, I didn't know it was my fault, but I kept blaming my mother for giving me too much housework. Then, when I was late for school, the other students gossiped and teased me. There is a classmate named Peter, who often talks badly about me and bullies me. When I am called to the board, he claps his hands and laughs loudly. I think he is really mean. Another classmate named Daniel always calls me in Vietnamese, Mat Hip, which means single eyelid. I think he is not much better than me. For the past month, he has only liked dirty pants and never changed them. One of my classmates, Jack, was just like Peter. He always teased me and treated me like his entertainment. He always called me ugly in front of the other students, but he wasn't handsome either. He had a much darker complexion than the others. I mean, he wasn't any better looking than anyone else, so he had no right to criticize them. I rode my bicycle to the pharmacy, and the pharmacist gave me some medicine. They also sell milk for height. They say drinking this milk will increase height, so I bought it and drank it every day, but I didn't see much increase in height. But the pants I used to wear last year are now too short. I am in 10th grade, 1.50 meters. In class, I only talk to a boy named Timmy who sits beside me. When I come back home, I talk to my mother. One Monday afternoon, I don't remember what I said to my classmate, Danian. He beat me up really badly. I had already been beaten twice, but if I did it again, I would tell the teacher. When I got home, my father found out and asked me if I wanted to learn martial arts, but I didn't want to. Tomorrow was my semester exam. I would prove to Danian that even though I was beaten, I wasn't that bad at studying. When I was scolded, it only affected my spirit, but when Danian beat me, it affected my spirit and body. He took a book to hit me on the head. I couldn't forget that anger. Just you wait, Danian. I will never forget it. I call Danian a dog. In Vietnamese culture, people do not respect dogs. They consider dogs to be evil, disgusting, deceitful, and cruel. In 2011, people still ate a lot of dog meat. They did not respect dogs at all. And every time they cursed someone, they would also curse that person as a dog, because that person was as cruel as a dog, as evil as a dog. When I hate Danian, I also compare Danian to a dog. I told myself to try my best to get my grandparents and the deceased family members to pray for me. Remember that I am very strong. I really feel bored with this life. Since I was 6 years old, my parents moved out to live in their own house and no longer lived with my paternal grandmother. My parents rented a piece of land in the field and lived quite isolated from everyone around. However, we also had a few neighbors next door. Our house was small, without any partitions between the rooms. In the living room, we had 2 beds to sleep in, and the 4 of us slept in those beds. My father shares a bed with my younger brother, and my mother shares a bed with me. Sometimes my parents also slept together. I hated living in a house without separate rooms. I hated living in a house without a nice bathroom and toilet. There was a time I hated both my father and mother. I am sure that my mother did not know how to raise her children. She always scolded them instead of encouraging them. My mom raised us like a typical Asian mom. Every time my mother scolds me, she calls me a whore. If she gives me some tasks, I can't do them well. She said that I was a worthless person. I hate to hear that. I have been bullying for a lot of time in class. When I fell asleep in class, someone would hit me with a book. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't hesitate to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to this channel.